Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to do 8 more pair of easy little Christmas earrings. Okay, but first our encouraging word for today is a gentle word, a kind look, a good-natured smile can work wonders and accomplish miracles. And this is William Hazlitt that said that. All right, so we have got 8 more pair of little easy earrings. So I'm going to show you what you're going to need for each one. So for the first one, this is this little present with a bow on it. And this is so cute. Now this is if you don't have the bow beads. I did one yesterday. No, I'm getting ready to do one here in a little bit in this group that has a bow bead on it. But if you don't have the bow bead, you can make your own little bow with some wire. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a cube bead. Now it can be any cube bead. It doesn't have to be as big as mine. I believe this is like a 12 millimeter, but like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that big. So just any cube bead. I'm grabbing my other ear wire out here. You're going to need an ear wire, an ear hook, and I'm using a fish hook. And you're going to need, and this is 24 gauge wire, just a couple long pieces of 24 gauge wire, and an eye pin, or a head pin, I'm sorry, not an eye pin, a head pin. And I'm grabbing my head pin as well. I had all this stuff laid out yesterday, but I've apparently mixed up all of my stuff because it's been a crazy couple of days in the filming department here. Okay, so in order to make this little earring, I'm going to cut off a piece of this 24 gauge wire, if I can find the beginning of it. It's like a slinky. Where is the beginning of it? Back here because I can see it's doubled over. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. There. It's got to be right here somewhere. Nope, it is doubled over the entire way. That is crazy. Okay, well that's going to be interesting. Let's go down on this end. I can't find an end anywhere to this wire. Here we go. Alrighty. Man, I'm going to have to work with that because that's going to be a tangled mess if I don't fix it. Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece of the wire, and I actually am going to get a pretty long piece, probably about 12 inches, and we're going to be cutting it into a couple of smaller pieces. So here I'm going to do, yeah, probably about 12 inches of this wire. And I'm just going to trim this off. And I'm going to get this little mess out of the way. That's going to be interesting to fix. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your head pin and you're just going to insert your bead onto it. And then we're just going to make a, did I do a wrapped loop? I did. We're going to do a wrapped loop here. Okay, so you're just going to bend this 90 degrees, just like that. Take your round nose pliers. Those are not my round nose pliers. Here they are. And we're going to go up and over, rotate this up, and go right around like this. Okay? And then we're just going to take this and just wrap it a few times around our little loop here until it's nice and secure, and then I'm just going to cut it off. Okay? And I'm going to mash this down so it's not going to injure anybody. All right, there we go. Now we're going to take our little pieces of wire, and I'm just going to cut this, I don't know, probably about 3 or 4 inches. I am going to take it and I'm going to wrap it, taking the middle of the wire and wrapping it around this little area here on my bead. And I'm just going to wrap kind of tight. I want it to be secure and not come off. So I'm going around several times, overlapping itself until I have it coming out either side. Then I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I'm going to go ahead and just create a tiny little spiral. Okay, so if you can see, I've got that spiral started. And then I will just take my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to go ahead and spiral it right on around, use my round nose again, and I'm just making, I'm not doing a flat spiral. As you can see, it's more like a coil here. just go all the way around until you get to the end of your little piece. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to do that on the other side as well. I'm going to cut a little bit off of the other side because I don't want it to necessarily be that long. We don't need that much wire for all of these. So, and again, I'm just coiling around just like this. Okay. And then I can take these coils and I can just kind of pull them apart like this. And then kind of wrap them over and onto each other. So as you can see, it's making a little ribbons. I'm going to do another one, a little bit shorter this time. Same thing, I'm just wrapping around, crossing in the middle or close to the middle. It doesn't have to be the same. You want it to be a little bit uneven and, you know, to look like a real bow, a real ribbon. Curled up there. Okay. And I'm going to go around one more time. I'm just making sure that it's secure on there. Now this little piece doesn't have much, so I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to make a little loop right here. And then this one I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to coil it, but I'm doing kind of big coils on this one. Okay. And there you have it. You just bend it around a little. You can kind of kink your wire here if you want. And then you're going to take your ear wire. And you're just going to hang it right on there. And there you have an adorable little package with ribbon. So, so cute. So that is pair number 1. For pair number 2, we're going to make a tree. Okay, so these are the little lucite flowers that I sell on my website. You're going to need 5 of them. I have a rhinestone bead here, 6mm. I have a 6mm cube. I have a fishhook ear wire and a head pin. Okay, this is super easy. You're going to put your cube on. Then we're going to do a green flower, a red one, a green one, a red one, a green one, and our rhinestone spacer. Now these are they're called tiny flowers on my website because they are tiny. And we're going to do a wrapped loop again. So we're going up, over, and around. Grabbing this, and taking our head pin and wrapping. I just go around a few times to make sure it's secure, and then I'm just going to trim it right off and tuck it. Okay, open my ear wire, put this right on here. Close it up, and you have some adorable little Christmas trees. Really, really cute. So that is pair number 2. For pair number 3, we're going to be using these bar spacers. Now these again are available on my website. So I have a 6 bar, a 5 bar, a 4, and a 3. I have all of them on my website. I have 1 fishhook ear wire, 2 2-inch head pins, and I've got 4, these are like a Tanzanite AB bicone, 2 blue opal sapphire, 2 white opal, and 1 silver, and these are all 6mm. Okay, so all we're going to do is we are going to take our spacer bar and put it through both of our head pins like this. Then I'm going to take my Tanzanite AB, put them on, put on my, wait a minute, I put my 5 bar on instead of my 6, I'm sorry. 6 bar goes on first. Just like that. Okay, then our bicones. There we go. Now our 5-bar. And sometimes the little holes in these will be plugged. I guess it's just from the, when they make them and the manufacturer. I'm doing my AB, blue AB, or blue opal, I mean. And you just take a beading awl and open them up. It's not hard to do, and I've done it with several of them and it works just fine. For some reason, especially the 4-bar one has little holes plugged sometimes. See, these little head pins are having trouble, so what I do is I just take my beading awl and I just go right in there, and it just kind of opens up the hole. I don't know why, but it gets little bits of, I guess the plating or something gets in there. And see, it goes right on after you do that. Well, that one did. Usually they both do. I may just have to run it through that one more time. No, it came on. Okay. And we're just scooting them down. You want to scoot them down all the way. If you have to bend your head pins in a little and kind of cross them over, you can. All right, and now we're going to do the white opal. Don't tell me you're not going to go on there. I've tried these and it worked on the other. There we go. Okay, and then our little 3-bar. And you're just going to have to shove them down. Sometimes they don't want to go down and you might have to cross this over. Just make them go down. You can take your pliers if you need to and pull your head pins up. Okay, then we're going to put our little tanzanite bicones on. We are going to put, oh, that's it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these and we're going to move it over kind of like this and take the other one and move it completely 90 degrees. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stand one up straight and one across, because I'm going to wrap this one around the one that's standing up straight, and I'm only going to wrap it just like maybe twice, just enough to get a secure connection there, okay? And then I'm just going to trim it off. Okay, and just tuck this just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take our silver bicone and add it to the top, and you may have to, you know, move this around a little, bend your wire around a little to get it like you want it, to get it straight. Okay, you can, it'll straighten up. Okay, and then I did do a wrapped loop, so I'm going to go ahead, bend this 90 degrees, take my plier and come up and over and rotate and go around. I don't have much room for this wrap, so I can only go around like maybe once. And you want to be careful not to crack your bicone because it's easy to do. Okay, and I'm going to trim this right here. And I'm going to put my fish hook on. And there we have 2 little Christmas trees. And I did these in blues, but you could do them in reds and greens. You could do them in whatever color you wanted. But these bars are on my website. I will link that in the description box below if you're interested in those. Now we're going to do another tree. I'm showing you guys lots of little Christmas trees because there's a lot of options to do these. You can use bead caps. That's what we're using in this one. So I have these little green patinaed bead caps, and then I have this regular little gold one. Okay, I've got a couple of these little spacer beads that I used in my last video. These are 6/0 seed beads. This is an 8/0 and a 6/0. They come from in between beads on bead strands, and I just saved them for this very purpose. I have a 6mm cube and a 4mm cube and a 4mm bicone. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our cube and put it right on. We're going to put, now this little bead cap is a little different. If you can see, it's more pointy Looks more like the bottom, the skirt part of the tree, and these are more flowery, I guess you'd say. I have these on my website in gold and silver, but I don't have the patina. Okay, so we're going to put that one on. We're going to do our 6mm bead, this patinaed one. Our, actually I need another 6mm, don't I? I sure do. Here they are. Okay, another 6mm one. And my gold, oh, there he was hiding up in there. And then an 8mm and my top piece, and then my little bicone. And that's all there is to these. These are so easy. Now, I do have kits made up of a version of this on the website, but it's not exactly like this. But there are some earring kits doing little tree earrings. If you look under earring kits on my site, under jewelry making products and then earring kits, you'll see them. There's a bunch of little, they're silver and red and green, but yeah. And I've lost my ear wire. This is happening a lot for some reason. I'm most unorganized lately. I try not to be. I really do, but I don't know. It seems like lately I am quite unorganized. All right, well, here we go. I don't really have an ear wire that matches that. Oh yeah, okay, we can use this one. All right, so I'm just going to insert my ear wire right on here. And I'm using fish hooks for all these, but you can use whatever you want. And there we have it. Little Christmas trees made from bead caps. Super cute. All right. Pick up some of these trays. These trays are found at the Dollar Tree, by the way. Somebody always asks me. They are in the catering section. All right, now we're going to do the little package with the bow bead. So this is a variation of this one. With this one, we're using wire for our bows, our little ribbons. With this one, we're going to use this bow bead, okay? So we're going to take our, I believe this is an 8mm cube and a 4mm cube. We have our bow bead. You can get these on Amazon. I used to have them on the website. I don't have them anymore. They're out. We have a head pin and we have a fishhook ear wire. Super simple. You put your big cube on, your small cube on, your bow bead on. That's literally all there is to this. I did say in the description these were easy, right? So, yeah, most of them are really easy. But, you know, you can make them up quick. If you're doing a craft show, you can make them up really quick. And, oh, I don't want to do a wrapped loop here. What am I doing? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm going to do my 90-degree angle. I'm not doing a wrapped loop. Yeah, I didn't do a wrapped loop on that one. Cutting this off and rolling it back. So yeah, if you're doing craft shows or if you just want to make some, maybe you're having a party and you want a gift for everybody, or you have a secret Santa friend, or you know, whatever you're doing, these are super simple and quick and easy to put together. So there we have it. Our other little packages. Aren't they adorable? They really, really are. Okay, our next earring is an angel. So we've done a couple angels in the last video. This is a little bit different angel. So this one, we're using these larger wing beads. Now, I do have wing beads on the website. They're not this big. I have smaller ones, and then I have some rose gold ones that are kind of a medium size, but I don't have these. We've got a 6mm moonstone bead. We have a fancy daisy spacer. I do have those on the website. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 feather charms. I have a small length of chain here and a bunch of little 4mm jump rings. I have a fishhook ear wire. I have a head pin, and I have a spacer bead, a disc bead. Okay, so this one again is super simple. All we're going to do is open up our eye pin. I said head pin, this is an eye pin. And I'm just going to hang my chain right here on my eye pin. Okay. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my wing bead, and I'm going to make sure that I put it on the right way. You can do it either way, but just make sure you get them the same. My disc spacer, my moonstone bead, my fancy daisy spacer, and I'm just going to make a wrapped loop here at the top. Okay, so 90 degrees. Up, over, rotate up, and go right under here. Grab this, and wrap. And I like to wrap it around several times. I like to get it tight down to the daisy spacer so the angel doesn't move, so all this isn't like wobbling around too much. Okay, gonna cut that right off with my cutters. I need to sharpen these cutters really, really badly. I don't know how to do that. Somebody said you can use aluminum foil and cut through aluminum foil, and I'm definitely going to give it a try because they're really dull. Okay, now we've got all of our little feathers, and as you can see, I hung a lot of the feathers right from the eye pin part right here. So I have, let me see, 2, 3, at least 3 hanging straight from the eye pin. So it gives her kind of a full look up toward the top there. So I'm going to do the same thing here. But you just want to kind of spread them out, you know, and just kind of make it look even if you can. It's and you don't have to use all of the chain. So I'm not sure how much chain I used here. Let's see how many links if I can tell. So it looks like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 links of chain here. What do I have over here? I've got more than 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to count down 6 and I'm going to cut off the rest just so I don't confuse myself with having too much and then not understanding why half of her is, this one's way longer than the other one. And I'm going to hang, do I have one right on the end piece of chain? I do. So I'm going to hang one right on the end link just to kind of give me, you know, that's my longest one right there. Okay. And I'm just going to continue to hang them on all the rest of these until I have them kind of spread out. I'm doing another one from the top up here. Probably going to do another one from the top. Maybe back here, or over here. There we go. Okay, and a couple more and we're done. So let me grab this one. I just kind of hold her up and see where I need to add one in. Definitely need one like right there. There's another one. We'll go like the first rung up here down on the chain. Or maybe the second if I can't get it in the first. Okay, and then for the last one, it definitely needs to go right in there somewhere. There's a big gap there. So I'm going to grab my jump ring, hold this up, and probably just hang it right here. Now you could make this fuller if you wanted by adding a bunch more feathers, but I'm just going to leave mine like that. We're going to put the ear wire on. Actually, I might flip that. And here she is. Little angels. Aren't they cute? Really cute. So there they are. All right. So now we have another super, super simple one. This is a Christmas bulb. I would love to have had a transparent bead in a different color, but I did not. So I'm using this matte or metallic bead in pink, but you get the idea. All right, so we've got 3 6mm daisy spacers, this little bead, and I would say, this is a 10mm by probably 20mm, okay? So I'm just going, and an ear hook. So I'm just going to put my head pin on, put my 3 little spacers. Did I do a wrapped loop? I did not, okay? And then I'm just going to create my loop. Back around. What am I doing? I'm doing a wrapped loop. I did not do a wrapped loop. Goodness, I keep wanting to do wrapped loops, don't I? There we go. Now roll this back. All right, there we have it. And then you just put your ear wire on, and you have a super cute little Christmas bulb, except for, look what I did. I put it on upside down, but you get the idea. You put the, I will take it apart and fix it, but you put the small part on the bottom. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, Christmas bulbs. Super, super quick and easy. Okay, for our next one, I'm saving the hardest one for last, so we've got 2 more. We're going to do this really pretty twisted wire Christmas tree, or Christmas bulbs, whatever you would want to call it. So I have a 12mm rhinestone bead, a 10mm, and a 6mm, and a 6mm bicone. I have a length here of 18 gauge artistic wire, and I need an eye pin. So I have like the longest eye pin that I could find, which is around a 2-inch eye pin, and I have an ear wire. Okay, so this is super simple, and these are so pretty. They're so sparkly. Oh, I love them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our wire here, and we're going to make the smallest loop really that we can, because we're going to be our head pin through here, and we don't want our head pin to go through. We want that to stop it. Okay, so try to like smush that in and just make it a small little loop, and then insert your head pin right in. Now what we're going to do, because you want to make sure that your head pin is going to fit, now you're going to need something round. And I'm going to take my beading awl here, and I'm going to start at the bottom on the bigger part, and I'm just going to wrap it several times around up to the smaller part. So here's what I end up with. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to bend it in, and I'm going to flatten it like this, so it's sitting horizontal, not vertical. And just kind of bend it in. Now this doesn't have to be perfect yet. We can tweak it around when we're done. Now I'm going to take my head pin and insert it in. And I'm going to spread these out quite a bit. Okay. My head pin. I'm going to put my big bead on. Wrap this around a little bit. Okay, going to put my smaller bead on. Wrap it around. And you can pull these apart if it's easier, however you need to do it to get your beads in there. We're going to put it back, so it's not a big deal if you need to pull it apart. You just needed to get your basic spiral shape. Okay, so I'm going to put this one in here, just like that. Now, here's what we need to do. Yeah, we need to take this and we need to spiral this through the whole way. Okay, and now if you want to bend this down some, smush it together a little bit. So, you know, I want to try to kind of make it match this one. It doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. It's, you know, but you just want to kind of try to make it match a little bit. And then I'm going to cut it off at the top here with enough room to make my loop around this head pin. Okay, so I'm just going to go right around the head pin and just make a little loop. Okay, so just like that. You can push this down and straighten it up a little. You can bend it around, get it however you want it to go. And then we're going to put our bicone on the top. Okay? Now, I did not make a wrap loop, so I'm not going to do one on this one. I'm going to make it 90 degrees. I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to roll back my loop. Just like that. Okay, then I'm going to take my ear wire and I'm going to hang it right on. Close it up. And there you have a beautiful, sparkly, little festive looking either tree or, I don't know, you could call it a tree. It could be little Christmas bulbs, whatever you want it to be. Whoops. Oh, I didn't close my loop up good enough. I just think it looks very festive and very sparkly and holiday-ish. Yeah, make sure you get your little loops closed. Okay, and there they are. I love these. I think they're so pretty, and I think these rhinestone beads in that navy are just gorgeous. So cute. Okay, now for our last one. So this is the most difficult one. It's really not difficult, but it's a little more intricate than the others. But I'll show you here what we're going to make. So this is another little Christmas tree. Sort of, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to be using a chandelier component and some charms and a little snowflake spacer here to make this pretty, just different, unique looking earring. I got this idea off Pinterest. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need a chandelier finding. You're going to need one of these little bow charms, and I got these from a Jessie James mini mix. You're going to need a little snowflake spacer. This is a little fire polish roller bead. You can put any bead on the bottom. I just liked it because it looked kind of like a cube, like the end of the tree. You're going to need a bicone. This is a 6mm bicone. I have a small length of chain to hang down the middle, and then I've got a larger length of chain to do my sides. This is black chain. I have an eye pin, and I have a fishhook ear wire. Okay, and it looks like, is that the only eye pin I need? I guess it is, and I have a few jump rings. Okay, just making sure I had everything. I don't. I need another eye pin. I'm sorry, you're going to need 2 eye pins. That's what I thought. I'm like, what is wrong here? Something's missing. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our chains measured out correctly. Okay, so the chain, I'm just going to take it. I'm going to lay this one out. And I should have measured this before I did this one, but I didn't. So we're just going to wing it. I'm going to lay this one out, and I'm going to go up and over. I'm just lining it up with the other one, and that's going to give me the correct amount of links. Okay, so I need to cut it right at this link here. Okay, just going to cut that right off with my dull cutters. There we go. All right, so here's my little piece of chain. So what I need to do is I need to find the middle of it. So the best way to do that, I think, is to take each end and put a pin through, and then when you hang it, you get your middle, which is right here. And I'm just going to stick that through there, open this up. My pliers are all tangled up here. I'm going to open up my eye pin, let that fall, close my eye pin up, and I've got the middle of my chain. Okay, so now I'm just going to put my bicone on, and I'm going to make a loop, just like this. Now my pliers are all tangled in my chain. Okay, roll this back, and we're going to put our ear wire right on. Okay, and don't worry right now about which way your ear wire is facing. We'll deal with that in a minute. All right, so we have this. That's what we've got. Okay, now we're going to take our other little piece of chain and we want to dangle it in front of this piece. Okay, so make sure that you turn your loop to where it's facing you, and then we're just going to hang this piece of chain right in front of the other piece. Okay, and it is kind of important that you hang it in front of the other piece. Okay, so as you can see, we've got this chain and this chain's hanging in the front, and that's what you want. Okay, on the end of this middle chain, we're going to go ahead and put our little bow. So I'm just going to open my jump ring. I'm just going to put my little bow right on here. Now, one thing I do need to do is make sure, I think I measured those chains before, but let me make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me make sure I have 9 links on this guy. I think I did measure these, but knowing me, I didn't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I have 11 on this one. So let me take a couple off. Like I said, knowing me, I didn't measure it. I've been trying to get all of my videos done that I have to get done before we leave to go home for Thanksgiving, because I'm not going to have a chance really at home to get them done. So I'm trying to get everything uploaded and everything taken care of before we leave. So I'm a little scattered, just a little. Okay, now we're going to take our bow and we're just going to put it right on the end of our chain. And again, you want to make sure you're hanging it in the front, right here on the end. Okay, just like this. Close that up really good. All right, now we're going to lay this out here, spread our links out, and we're going to attach our chandelier finding on both sides here to our little chain links. You know what? I didn't use jump rings. I just opened the chain link. So let's do that. Let's not use jump rings, because otherwise I'm going to make it it's going to come out wrong. So just put it right on the little chain link. And these chandelier findings I'm using are not double-sided, so I've got to make sure that this one is facing the right way. If you have one that's double-sided, you don't have to worry about that, obviously, but mine aren't. Okay, so I'm putting it right on the little pieces of chain. These are so tiny. Fiddly. There we go. And my hand is shaking for some reason. Okay, there we go. All right, so there's that. Now, I'm going to take my roller bead, and I needed a head pin for that, not an eye pin. See, there I go again, lying to you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie. Okay, we're going to put this right on the head pin. And this one I did make a wrapped loop. So I'm going to do the same. Try to get it down close to the bead there. 90 degrees. Go up, over, and around. And just make yourself a little wrapped loop here. Okay. I'm going to cut that right off. Tuck it a little if I need to. And then this I did hook on with a jump ring. No, I didn't. I hooked that loop right onto there, which I did not do with this. I'm going to have to redo it. I'm leaving all the bloopers in. This is like the, I don't know, 5th or 6th video that I have filmed. And then I had the dentist today, which doesn't start out your day very well. I started at the dentist at 8 o'clock this morning. and found out that I have 2 cavities and have to have a crown. Oh, so yeah, it's been a day. Been a day. All right, that little roller bead's gonna fly right off that head pin. So you're gonna have to find one. If you're using a roller bead, these are really tiny. You're gonna have to find one with a thicker head. That one will work. And I made all these earrings, or the one earring yesterday. So it's been like a day since I made them. So I'm kind of like, I still remember how to do it, but I didn't remember like this, like what, if I hooked it on with just a wrapped loop or not, whatever. But yeah, okay. We'll hook it on with a wrapped loop, and y'all can laugh at me behind my back for all the bloopers, okay? I'm good with that. All right, here we go. Make our wrapped loop. Cut it off. I don't know if y'all can hear Chris. He just said, Alexa, add AA batteries to the shopping list. Okay, I'm just going to tuck that. There we go. And we got our little dangle on the end, finally. All right, now I've got my little snowflake spacer here. And I'm just going to take my larger jump ring right here. And I am going to look at exactly where I hung him. So he is hanging, let me look here, make sure that I do this right. He is hanging from the second link down on my chain that hangs down in the middle. So I'm going to do this one the same way. Get my jump ring there. Make sure I'm on the front. And on my second link down, I'm just going to put him right in. There we go. And close up. All right, and there we have our final pair of fairly quick and easy Christmas earrings. So this one's wanting to flop around a little. There we go. I'm gonna lay it down because these do kind of flop around a little. You have to lay them out to really get them to lay correctly, or hang. I mean, when you hang them, when you wear them, they do fine. So there they are, really interesting. So we have this pair. We have our beautiful sparkly pair. We have our little bulbs. We have our packages with the bow bead. We have our spacer Christmas tree, bar spacers. We have our angels. We have our packages with the wire ribbons. We have our Lucite flower bead cap trees. And we have our bead cap tree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more pair of quick and simple, easy Christmas earrings. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you ring the bell if you subscribe. If you don't, you're not going to know when I upload videos. It notifies you if you ring that bell. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because it does help me in Facebook's algorithms. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right, guys, thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.